Chapter 262 spoilers are finally out, so let's just get right into it. The chapter begins with Sukuna and Yuta expanding their domains, with Yuta reducing the size of his barrier, the same way Gojo had done in his fight with Sukuna. We're then told that Yuta's plan to counter Sukuna's open barrier domain would be to sacrifice the size of his domain to strengthen its barriers against Malevolent Shrine. When Gojo initially did this in his fight with Sukuna, it actually ended up working out in his favor, injuring Sukuna within the domain to the point where Sukuna couldn't maintain his domain. But do keep in mind that Gojo is a much more skilled hand-to-hand fighter than Yuta, so we can't say for sure that Yuta would be able to survive within the domain clash for as long as Gojo had lasted. We also learned that before the fight, Yuta swapped souls with Gojo to improve his barrier techniques, which explains why Yuta was able to adjust the settings of his domain. If we also consider Sukuna's fatigue, it opens up the possibility of Yuta being able to withstand the domain clash the same way that Gojo did. The narrator then says that Sukuna reduced the sure hit range of his domain to only surround Yuta's domain barrier, which eliminated Malevolent Shrine's 99-second time limit. Yuta then says he'll injure Sukuna to the point where he can't maintain his domain in under 3 minutes, and Sukuna says he'll destroy Infinite Void within 3 minutes, then further expand his domain's sure hit to kill everyone else. They then begin fighting in the domains, and we see Yuta attempt to use blue to pull Sukuna, but Sukuna quickly closes the gap between them, then grabs a hold of Yuta with his injured arms and then lands a punch on Yuta's face. Yuta thinks about how this happened, but realizes that Sukuna had been using domain amplification along with domain expansion to penetrate through his infinity. Sukuna then thinks to himself how the sorcerers can't share any information about what's happening inside the domain through the use of Mei's crows. The scene then switches to a fully manifested Rika crying whilst holding Yuta's lifeless body. Now, as for what this means for the next chapter, I think we could see Rika join the fight to jump Sukuna after the domain clash. But having focused on Sukuna thinking to himself that Yuta can't communicate with the others while in their domain makes you feel like Sukuna's experience with Unlimited Void's stronger barriers when fighting Gojo has given him a plan on what he could do to kill or at least injure Yuta before Malevolent Shrine crumbles down. Given that there's only 7 pages in this chapter, there's not too much to go off of. We'll probably have this chapter read on the next volume, but that's about it for 262 spoilers, so I plan on releasing another video within the next week, or maybe another one depending on what the full translation of this chapter is saying. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and any and all feedback is appreciated. Thanks for watching.